How's it going, everybody? My name is Chandler Zastro, and today I'm explaining to you how the internet works. I usually find that these kind of videos with the whiteboard and stuff are pretty effective, so I think I'm just going to do that. But for me, whenever I think of the internet, or before, I thought of it like this electronic deity ball sphere thing that was in some building and just kind of shot out random information every which way. That was basically it was like halfway it was filled with like Google and all of the social medias and stuff, and then the other half was pretty much just cat videos. But no, it turns out that's not right. But it's really kind of like a brain with neural connections, nodes, synapses, and transferring through like the individual nerve cells. Yeah, that is in fact a brain. Sorry for the artistic. So yeah, the brain is okay. Sweet mother. I'm sorry, that's the worst human drawing ever. But the brain, again, it's kind of where it starts, and it's kind of a top-down thing where it sends out all the information, and it's an interconnected network, and that's what the brain is. It's trying to get from point A to point B, and through these little neurons. The internet, it's HTML, which is the structure and the buildup of it. It's through the individual parts of the system where each thing is passed from place to place, computer to computer, etc. So there are two major parts of the internet. It's hardware and protocols. So these are the two basic things that work in tandem with each other, right? One can't work without the other one. It's a pretty important cycle. One can't work without the other one. And well, first up is hardware, and this is like the hard objects, the physical objects that make the internet possible. This is like your phone or your laptop, or I don't know, like all the physical things, to a satellite dish. It's every physical connection that makes the internet possible, and trying to get from point A to point B. It's through the physical objects that are interconnected. And so the most important of the hardware is the servers. That is the worst drawing of a human. That's worse than the first one, but it's a server, or supposed to be, and they're there to serve you. You request data and it brings it back to you. They're these supercomputers that try to help you, the client. They're basically special computers that store and share the info that you need and want. And yeah, you have a question, you're trying to get your question answered so you can be a happy client. Now, none of this would actually be possible without protocols. Now, protocols are basically a set of rules, right? HTTP is an example, say Hypertext Transfer Protocol for viewing websites on your browser, say like Chrome or something. It's this list of things that tells you, yeah, you can do this, you can't do this, but it's this set of rules that kind of runs the internet, and there's two of these, two major protocols that kind of go in hand, and they manage how information gets transferred. The first one is IP, which is Internet Protocols. Internet Protocols, basically an address for every single piece of technology that's out there. Like, each home has an address, there's address for where you live, there could be one that's A and one that's B, but each one has its own individual marker, its own individual sign as far as what it is. Well, this is exactly how the internet works. Every single thing that you own that is connected to the internet has its own IP. It's what is basically the location and landmark. Say your phone, it has its own address, it's connected to the internet. Your laptop, that's a horrible laptop, but that has its own IP. Say some Wi-Fi refrigerator that your wife made you buy for some reason. I don't know. So when you make a request, it goes across the network to a DNS, which is basically, it's a domain name server, and that finds the specific IP address that you're looking for, right? When it finds it, it shoots the information right back to you. You have a question and you're trying to find it, and once it does, it shoots it right back. And how does this happen? It's witchcraft. No, it's the thing that was mentioned. It's the other one of the two. It's the TCP. That's the second of the protocols, and that's the Transmission Control Protocol. And that pretty much figures out how the different packets of information move from one point to another. Which point goes where, etc., etc. I mean, like, it's where the specific parts of something, because through the internet, it's different packets of information, and it's a whole thing that's broken up into a bunch of smaller things. Say it's one packet, but the different parts of it can go in any direction, anywhere across the web. And let's say you have a packet of Skittles, right? Everybody loves Skittles. So you have the package, you have the name and the ink, and then you have the actual Skittles inside. But you don't want to just get 2 out of the 3, right? You want the whole Skittles. Like, say you just get the package and then there's Skittles. Say somebody that wants M&Ms and they get this thing, they're like, what is this? This is disgusting. Say 2 out of 3 again. You have the package, you have the name and the ink on the container, but you don't actually have the Skittles. It's empty. And last, I guess, you have the ink on the package and the Skittles, and that doesn't help you anywhere. But you want the whole thing. So what do? You use the TCP. You can connect all the different information, and it all comes together as a cohesive whole on your computer as it goes through. So when all of this happens, they have to follow protocols to make sure it gets to you correctly. And at the end, you just want to enjoy your Skittles, and that's the idea. There's different parts, and it makes this whole complete answer to whatever question you have or whatever. And that's the internet. That's what it's all about, bringing pieces together in order to help you and make your life a little bit easier. So friends, that is the internet.